Hello friends, this is Dr. Mitesh Kala, presently teaching in Campaign School. Welcome to the online teaching resource.
Hi, we are getting into variation, the second part. In the last video we did direct variation and now we are getting into inverse variation, exercise 10b. Now what exactly is inverse variation? Let us try and understand that. So you have got days and let's say number of students. So there are 10 children completing a project and they finish the project in 20 days. But what if I add more children to this? Let's say if I add 20 children, then how many days will they take? Use your common sense. 10 children finish in 20 days. So now more the number of children, will the number of days reduce or will it increase? So here there is an increase in the number of children. Obviously the number of days will reduce. So here you can see both going inverse to each other. They are going opposite and therefore it is called inverse variation. So how do you deal with this? Is what you multiply straight. You don't multiply cross. Okay. So what you do is you first find the total of these two, 200, and then divide by this. So basically 20 into 10, x into 20. So 20 into 10 by 20 is equal to x. So you will get therefore x as 10 days. So can you understand the logic? 10 children, 20 days, double the children, half the days. That is 10 days. Are you getting it? So it's going inverse to each other. It's not like direct variation where both are increasing. Here things are decreasing, alright? And that's why we call such variations as inverse variation. Now how to identify if it is inverse or if it is direct? For example, 3, 5, 6, 12, 3, 5, 6, 12 will not work. Just give me a moment. Let's take for example 3, 6, 2, 9, 1, 18. Let's call this as x and y. So when you multiply x with y, so 3 6 are 18, 9 2s are 18 and 1 8s are 18. If this is constant, then it is called inverse variation. You remember in direct we were dividing it, whereas in inverse we are multiplying it. So on multiplying, if you get the answer constant, then it is called inverse, and therefore we are multiplying here. Can you see 20 into 10 should be equal to 20 into this number. So this is multiplication and therefore you are multiplying it straight and not cross. Cross happens when division is there. When multiplication is there, you multiply straight. So let's look at few questions. Question 1 part 1. You have to just identify whether it is inverse variation or not. That's it. So what you do is just take x1, y1, multiply and see. So 4 into 6, 24. x2, y2, 3 into 8, again 24. x3, y3, 12 into 2, still 24. And finally x4, y4, 1 into 24, also 24. So you say since x1, y1 equals x2, y2 equals x3, y3 equals x4, y4 equals constant, therefore it is an inverse variation. If this was not constant, we would have said that it is not an inverse variation. Okay, you don't say it's direct, all right, not necessary, it can be neither at times. Okay, so let's try 1 part 3. Come on, pause the video on your own, try it and give me the correct answer. So again, x1, y1, 10 into 90, 900. x2, y2, 30 into 30, still 900. x3, y3, 60 into 20, 1200, changed, correct? So they are not constant. The last one is still 900, x4, y4, 10 into 90, 900. So you say since x1, y1 equals x2, y2, not equal to x3, y3, equal to x4, y4, therefore it is not an inverse variation. You don't have to say if it is not that means it is direct or anything. It cannot be either of them. So you just leave it as this way. Okay. Let's go on to the next one. Sum number 2 part 2. Here you have to find the missing values L, M and N, and the remaining one value is given to you intact, 32. So you know that here multiplication is the constant. So you say xy is equal to 32 into 12. Okay, 12 2s are 24, 12 3s are 36, 384. So that's your constant is equal to constant. So you will say therefore 24 into L is equal to constant, which is 384. Alright, likewise m into 8 will be constant, 16 into n also will be constant. So use this and you will get the value of L. So you will say therefore L is 384 by 24. So let's cancel 12 2 times 12, 32 times 2 ones are 16s are. So therefore L is equal to 16. Come on, pause, get me the value for m as well as n. It's very simple. So you should know that xy is equal to 384, which should be equal to m into n. So therefore 384 upon 8 is equal to m. I think it should be 8 4s are 32, so 8 times. So therefore I can say m is equal to 48. Likewise the last one, xy is 384 is equal to 16 into so 384 upon 16 is equal to n. So 16 2s are 32, 64 4 times. So therefore n is equal to 24. So we managed to get all the three. Let me check if I am correct. This is 10b, 16, 48, 24. Absolutely correct. Are you getting it? Is it simple? Am I helping you? Please write in the comment section if you are getting it on your own. I will be really happy to know that. Okay, let's go with the next one. 3. Sum number 3. Please read on your own and see if you can tackle it. I'm 100% sure you will be able to do it. So let's see how can we work it out. So 36 men takes 7 days. So how many men will finish the work in 42 days? Alright, so you say since it is an inverse variation, therefore 36 into 7 is equal to x into 42. You multiply straight, remember that x with y multiplication. Okay, so 36 into 7 by 42 is equal to x. 7 ones are 6 times, and therefore x is equal to 6 men. So you will say therefore 6 men can complete the work in 42 days. See, use your common sense. There are 36 men, so many people, so they finish in 7 days. Now they want more number of days. Aram se finish it. So obviously you'll have to reduce the number of men. So you come down to only 6 men. So it goes reverse to each other, and therefore it is inverse variation. Let's go with sum number 5. Put a star besides it. Very good question. Okay, I will explain it to you what exactly is happening. There are 150 men, and the food provisions for them is for 45 days. Okay, after 10 days, so it's still 10 days, all 150 men are eating. After 10 days, 25 men leave. So how many men are left is 125 men. So for this 125 men, whatever left over is there, how many days will it sustain? Okay, so 150 men are there. After 10 days, this 45 days will be reduced by 10 days, so it will become 35. So now what provisions are left? Amount that is left with you is for 150 men, 35 days ka provision is left. But now the men have reduced, so how many days will it go? It's very simple, don't get confused at all. Whatever the number of days they tell you, you reduce that. And for 150 men, now the provision is for 35 days. But 25 men left, so 125 men are still there. For then how many days for them? So again you go straight and you multiply. Simple as that. So you say since it is an inverse variation, therefore 150 into 35 equals 125 into x. So 150 into 35 by 125 is equal to x. So 25 5 times, 25 6 times, 1s are 7s are. So x is equal to 42 days. So write your final answer please, that for 125 men it will last for 42 days. Always the final statement very important, otherwise teacher can deduct 1 mark straight away. Okay, don't forget that. Let's move to the next one, sum number 6. 6 is a very simple one. You can manage it. So come on, pause on your own. 72 men can finish the work in 25 days. So 30 men will take how many days? Now this has reduced, so obviously the number of days have to increase. So he says since it is an inverse variation, therefore 72 into 25 is 30 into x. So 72 into 25 by 30 should be equal to x. Okay, so 6 5s are 6 12s are 5 1s are 5 5s are, so x becomes 60. So 60 days. So as we discussed earlier, since the number of men are reducing, so the number of days will increase. So you will say therefore 30 men can complete in 60 days. So it has increased. Can you see this drop, this increase? So inverse variation. Time and again I am explaining you the same thing. Likewise, 56 workers can finish the work in 180 hours. So how many workers will finish in 70 hours? So same thing again. Come on, pause it, try on your own. Only then you will get confidence, please. So since it is an inverse variation, therefore 56 into 180 x into 70. So 56 into 180 by 70 equals x. So 7 1s are 8s are, 8 8s are 64, 8 plus 6 14. So 144 workers. Let's see if it is logically correct. They said 56 workers 180 hours. So now if they want to finish it quickly in less number of hours, they will have to add the number of workers. So add it. So you will say therefore 144 workers will finish in 70 hours. Are you getting it? Come on. Last question, completely on your own. Pause the video. Please don't copy. I am just waiting for you to do it on your own. Come on, go ahead. Right now. If the speed is 50, it takes 6 hours to cover the distance. Speed is increased. Obviously the time will decrease. So inverse. So it is an inverse variation. Therefore 50 into 6, 75 into x. So it should be 50 into 6 by 75 equals to x. 25 2s are 3 2s are. So therefore x is equal to 4 hours. So you will say therefore with a speed of 75 kilometers per hour, it will take 4 hours. How many of you all got the same? See, the speed increased, the time decreased. Yes, that's what the logic is. I am sure most of you all have got a good hand on this inverse variation as well. Homework 1 part 2, 2 part 1, 4, 5, 6 and 8. I want you to do the 5th one again. It's a very good question. It will help you in the next exercise also. In the next video, we are going to do a mix of direct and inverse, where it will not be mentioned whether it is direct or inverse. You have to identify. So unless and until you've not done A and B well, you will not be able to get a good hand on that one either. For the next year, that is the 21-22 academic year, I'm starting with class 9 and class 10 online classes. That's what my plan is. So the entire curriculum plan is there in the description box. Please hit the link on WhatsApp, the catalog, and you will be able to get all the details. If you want to enroll, do it quickly. Alright, it's coming for a very low cost, so you'll get a good advantage. It includes your videos, doubt sessions, test series, everything. So I'm awaiting for you to join that. So until the next video, take care, stay safe, pray for everyone, and be honest. Bye.
I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do write your math experience in the comment section. Thank you.